Listen to what Gene said. Where there's smoke, there's fire. There's no question in my mind he molested those kids. Not a doubt. Debra Opri, what do you think? Should Gene Simmons leave this alone?
I have a little personal vested interest in this because I represented Catherine and Joe. I adored the family then. I adore them now. I believe out of context he can make his statements. It's First Amendment. But how stupid is he to accept an invitation to play at a celebration of Michael and his music? He can't have it both ways. Right. And I think the fans... But
Deborah, in all honesty,
the fans...
What's dumber?
Carlos, the fans have been the leading key to the success of the Jackson family, and they still cater to the fans, and well, they should, because Michael was a very talented musician, and I feel for the family that this happened.
But Deborah, don't you see the weirdness in what you just said? It was dumb for him to accept the invitation. Wasn't it dumber, if you will, for them to extend the invitation?
Well, if they didn't or weren't aware of his statements prior, it is an oversight. It is not a good oversight, but it was an oversight, and the fans caught it in seconds, and they immediately backpedaled. So it just tells you who's surrounding Catherine Jackson in terms of the promoters and what they're doing. I think they should have flushed all of this out prior to. Does he have a right to make his comments? Yes, but certainly don't participate in an event like this after making these statements.
All right,
well,
we expect more big Michael Jackson news to break tomorrow. Now, the Showbiz Justice News team learned today that Murray may be in court tomorrow. Get this, he's actually using the Casey Anthony case to try to get the jury in his trial sequestered. His lawyers are saying the Casey media frenzy is proof Murray can't get a fair trial unless the jurors are kept locked up in a hotel away from the real world. Deborah, put on your defense attorney hat right now. Do you think it would help Conrad Murray to get the jury sequestered?
I'm going to act as a trial attorney right now. If his attorneys didn't ask for this, it would be bad. It would be bad conduct. But I think the judge is going to take a play out of the judge in the child molestation case, and he's going to say Michael Jackson's jury wasn't sequestered and he got a fair trial, and he's going to proceed. We don't have the money in California, and unless he feels like paying for it himself, I just don't see sequestration happening in his case.
That's a very good point. Very good point, Deborah. A lot of people are criticizing Dr. Phil for not offering this woman counseling after she was on the show. We reached out to Dr. Phil today to ask him about that, and as of Showtime, he had not responded. So here's our Showbiz Flashpoint. Does Dr. Phil deserve any blame in this situation? Deborah.
Yes, he does. First of all, you do something like this, you have it on your show, unless he's going to have that caveat, that wrap-up at the very end and say, look, folks, this is illegal in the law. We have a lawyer. Here's what she should have done. Here's what she should not have done. But he can't just bring this in for this big celebrity, big shock audience thing and then say, hey, we got some good ratings here. He must take responsibility. It's very upsetting to me because it is child abuse.
Deborah, I completely agree with you. Deborah, with the Casey hate factor about to explode again, is it really in anyone's best interest to have Casey come back to Florida to serve her probation?
No, and this is the case that just keeps giving and giving and giving. The problem is we had a judge who, before he recused himself, had to have the last word and clarify himself. Judge Perry couldn't second-guess him. The Court of Appeals chose not to second-guess him as he did not abuse his discretion. Should she come back? She has to now. It's the law. What's the probationary period? Midwin, jump in. You can best guess how long this is going to protract itself.
All right, guys, thank you. We got to leave it there. Midwin Charles, sorry we couldn't get your comment. Deborah Opri, thank you so much.